Welcome to another round of Stream Deck plugin development. Today we are going from an action that we can't configure to something that we can actually configure, and I will take you on that journey step by step. First thing that we need to do is we need to download all the required assets so we can actually build the property inspector. The second thing that we need to do is we need to create the property inspector within our plugin. The third thing that we have to do is we have to link the property inspector to our action, so Stream Deck knows what we want to do and what property inspector to show for which action. And the fourth step will be communication, so that we can actually talk from the plugin to the property inspector. And all we need to do now is build and deploy our plugin to see our property inspector like this one here. So let's get started with the first steps of downloading the assets. The assets that we need to download is the old Stream Deck JavaScript SDK. This contains a few things that we require for our property inspector to work properly. We will add this into a new folder that we create in our plugin folder, and that is called property inspector, and we will add it in here. If your plugin is a Git repository, we can just simply add this repository as a submodule. I will put the command down below in the description, and also here it is. If you don't have a Git repository as a working project, you can just copy it in there. Okay, so we want to build this property inspector right here. So we have all the assets prepared. Let's get into coding. We will create a new HTML file because every property inspector in Stream Deck is an HTML file. And we will put this into the folder property inspector. And I've already prepared the example here. We have a header, we have a body, and in that body we are calling a few scripts and also a common JS that we will create later that is responsible for sending events and receiving events from Stream Deck. We also have a text box in here, and that text box will call send value to plugin to Stream Deck on change event. So whenever you type something in there or you change the value in the text box, this event will be called. And this is pretty much all we need to do in the HTML to create this property inspector. The next thing we need to do is we need to link the property inspector that we just created to our Stream Deck plugin and to the corresponding action. And that is a very, very simple step. All we need to do is we need to jump into our manifest.json and add another attribute to our action element. And this is property inspector path. And here we define the path to our property inspector HTML, and there we go. This will mean we have a property inspector linked and displayed in Stream Deck. It doesn't work yet because we still need to handle the events that are coming from the property inspector, but this is how we can link them together. Okay, so now we have to deal with the communication issue between the property inspector and Stream Deck. And I already said earlier that the send value to plugin is being called as soon as something changes in the property inspector. And that is also the event that should be broadcasted to Stream Deck. For this to happen, we need to create another folder in our property inspector. And in here, we add a common JS file. And in here, we have three functions, and that is connect Elgato Stream Deck socket, send value to plugin, and send to property inspector. Send value to plugin is communicating to Stream Deck from your plugin, and the other way around is send to property inspector. So whenever your plugin wants to send data to the property inspector, this is the one to use. And so this would be the side of the property inspector that is now dealt with, and now we have to deal with those incoming events in our plugin. And for this, we will jump into our increment TypeScript file. And here we have a method that is called onSendToPlugin, which will be called as soon as the event is happening. And here we can now deal with the incoming data from our text box. And it is very, very important that we remember the parameter we gave our send to value plugin in the HTML file. So in here, I'm giving it the event value and a string that I call increment. And in here, I'm using this increment again. So make sure that those two strings always align, otherwise you won't be able to map the values. So we are asking the payload whether it has an object increment, and if it doesn't, we will assume it's 1, and add this in here to the increment and then set this all in the settings. This then will mean that we are able to now change the increment of our plugin to not only increase it by 1, but also maybe by 2, 3, 5, or 10. Now it's time to build and deploy our plugin to Stream Deck. And we will do this by using npm run watch, so we can automatically build, deploy, and hot restart our plugin. And what we can see, Stream Deck just restarted, and here we are. Our plugin now has a property inspector, and I can, for example, set this one to 4. And even though it's probably not that visible on here, it's probably better visible on here. So I can set the increment to 20 and go up by the ticks, which is really nice. I can, for example, set this to 10, reset this, and there we go. Same over here. 23, go up by the ticks. And so we have a working plugin with a property inspector. Very cool. Thank you so much for watching. Here you can see the plugin in real life, and it's working perfectly. I will link down in the description the GitHub repository of the plugin that we just built. I will also link the Elgato Stream Deck JavaScript SDK and other resources that I'm using here. So make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future videos and you can make better